And welcome back, everybody, to WTL. You know what that stands for? Where's the line? Nebraska's first and only sports betting show. I'm your host, Andy Classen, joined by
The J.O.
The J.O., and I don't want to waste any time. I want to get right into it. We're talking college football. 'Tis the season. Everybody's undefeated right now. We talked about the Huskers at length. I mean, I'm drinking the Roulade. I can't help it. I'm drinking the Roulade. It just gets you.
I'm always drinking the Roulade.
I don't care how much we get into the sports betting world, the realm, the numbers. You're not going to steal my fandom away.
Year 4. Year 4 was always the year.
Yeah,
that's the way I say. Year 4 was always going to be the year.
That was the biggest mistake. Everyone thought, oh, year 3. Yep. No, year 4 is the actual deal.
Yeah, because year 3 in the, how college football used to be, it's different now. It's
exactly.
a whole new landscape.
It's faster in some regards, but when you're talking developing talent and building a roster, it's year 4. Everybody knows that.
Nobody does it in one season. Nobody.
I've never seen anything like that out of Bloomington or anywhere.
No, other than Bloomington, nowhere.
Well, we talked SEC as well. We got to do the same for the Big Ten. So many interesting storylines going into this. I think it's kind of funny that a lot of folks from down south are talking to the SEC. Oh, look how top heavy the Big Ten is. You can't just use our argument against us, against you, or what, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's kind of fun that it's come full circle now, and now the problem with the Big Ten is there's too many good teams up top.
So you're telling me college football fandom is basically that Spider-Man meme where they're just pointing at each other like we all got the same arguments against each other.
I think you're right. It's really tough for that third Spider-Man. Is that the ACC now?
The ACC. Yeah.
Is that like the little Spider-Man, little Spidey?
You're saying Big 12 doesn't count?
Oh, see, I don't even know. Yeah, like are we talking Big 12? Is Mountain West, is that still a thing? Throw them in there too.
Throw them in.
Throw them in there. We can get more than 3 Spider-Mans. We've still got a number of conferences. When we get into the Big Ten, it is headlined by the Ohio State Buckeyes. They are your overall favorite to win that Big Ten championship game, coming in at a plus 180. Trailed closely by the Oregon Ducks at a 260 on most books. That's a plus 260. And the Darlings, the defending national champions, the Indiana Hoosiers, are at a plus 300. So there's your top 3 right there. Big drop-off after we get by the Hoosiers. Next in line is USC to win the conference at a plus 1,400. The Michigan Wolverines are behind USC at a plus 1,600. But think about it, like new coach, new AD. It's been so much turnover. I know Michigan fans still, they can conjure it up and tell me why they're going to win. And while Ohio State, they're so scared they're not even going to have senior day against Michigan this year. Okay, I get it. But odds makers are saying you're in the middle of the pack and you're far, far behind the top 3, that being Indiana, Oregon, and Ohio State.
I'm actually going to side with Ohio State on that one. I think it's cool that they're going to make the senior night be a separate thing.
Yeah.
And then just focus on the rivalry with Michigan.
Yeah, there's enough going on, right?
There is.
The Michigan game. I do think it's kind of odd, and maybe it just shows you where we're at in college sports now, that it's the first game of the season or early.
Right.
So it's like, well, yeah, before they transfer out or leave, we got to get them. Is that the mindset there? I don't know.
I didn't even consider that we got to get this out of the way before all the seniors leave us, but I do like that it's get down to business at rivalry time.
Well, a lot of folks are saying, especially the national pundits and writers in the college football world, this might be the safest bet, that being Ohio State to win the conference. I have some reservations there, but I can see why. Odds makers and the public bettors, this is one of the few times that everybody agrees, betting big on the Buckeyes. And you can see why. They're anchored by superstar wideout Jeremiah Smith and quarterback Julian Sayin. What else can you say about Julian? I mean,
that hasn't already been said.
Right?
But
the reality of the matter is they have 2 Heisman hopeful, kind of at the top here, and it's pretty tough when you have star power like that, a win total of 9.5, and people are betting the over. It doesn't matter if they're on the road hosting, they're catching Michigan, and what you could say a down year, a transition year for Michigan. I think it's lining up pretty good for the Buckeyes. Tough to bet against them.
Yeah, it's actually pretty impressive that you've got 2 top-level Heisman guys on your team, and that line is 9.5.
Yeah.
I definitely expected this one to be 10.5 more, like where Oregon and Indiana
Right.
live.
Yeah.
But you can get Julian Sayin around like plus 1,100 if you think that he's going to win the Heisman. But then right behind him, Jeremiah Smith plus 1,200.
Wow.
I mean, this team is stacked, and certainly every single year it seems like anymore. You just kind of ride with Ohio State and say, well, there's a playoff team.
Yep.
Is it their year?
Yep. And a lot of times, or not a lot of times, but let's say half the time, the knock on Ohio State is, yeah, but they're unproven. He got some playing time last year, or he's a portal guy. That's not the case this year with Jeremiah Smith and saying these are known commodities. They know the offense. They've been in the Ryan Day offense now for a couple of years. It's really tough to poke holes in the Buckeyes in the case to bet on them.
And really, Ryan Day still, in my opinion, has he made his stamp on Ohio State as like an
Is he finally off
guy?
the hot seat? Is he finally off the hot seat?
Has he moved into legend status at Ohio State? And this season would be the time to do it.
Yeah,
with this kind of returning roster.
That would shut everybody up, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
To just run through the Big Ten, win the conference like you're predicted to do so, and make a run in the college football playoff. Let's spend a little bit of time talking about the Ducks. That's going to be a heck of a game for the Huskers to try and overcome going out to Eugene later this year. But they're right behind them at that plus 260. This is where, if you really dive into it and look at some of the guys that don't say too much, the odds makers that just kind of put their names, their numbers out there and don't really stand up on a pedestal and bark at it, they like Oregon just because of the known commodity, Dan Lanning giving him the pass. He's one of the top coaches in college football, but also the values there for Oregon in a plus 260. You also have returning starters at key positions on defense. They're bringing so much production back on defense. But maybe the surprise of college football, especially to a former Husker, the return of Dante Moore. He had command of that offense for a couple of years now, and I think he's going to put together one heck of a Heisman run up in Eugene.
Well, he's having one of those seasons where he came back to win a national title. He came back to win the Heisman.
Yeah.
He came back because, the money's really good now. And NIL.
Yeah.
So this is
more guaranteed money than going to the NFL. Okay.
Right. So this is Dante Moore's year.
Yeah.
Basically to run the gamut
and
there.
Look at their schedule. Outside of a game, November 7th, circle that, where they're on the road to Columbus, playing Ohio State. They can still lose that game and still have a clear path to the Big Ten championship game. They're going to be heavy favorites in all other games other than that Ohio State game, which they might be favored for that one too on the road. We'll see how things kind of pan out there. But some people make that argument, oh, look at the schedule. They don't play anybody. They're going to be untested. No, I love it because they're going to score a lot of points and have all their starters on the bench, not getting injured midway through that third quarter. They'll get tested enough throughout the season.
The schedule has enough tests in it that they'll be ready for the playoffs, but they are going to pile up wins at a high rate. That 10.5 level, I say over pretty easily. This is the schedule kind of provides for that.
And they could still lose that only game that they might be challenged in on the road to Columbus.
Yeah, they're not going to have a game where they are I'm thinking they're even going to be the favorites. I mean, no, they're at Ohio State, so they'll be the underdog, maybe by 2.5, or 1.5, but they'll still be the underdog. But the rest of the season, they're a heavy favorite.
Yeah, on all the other games up and down. If you look at those projected futures, I know they don't mean a lot right now, but it still gives you a pretty good idea or a window of what to expect. And a lot of times these odds makers, they're getting so sharp, and the hour, you just spit it into an AI and they'll tell you where it's going to be.
Yeah,
I think it's a good reference for us to go to. I like the idea of the repeat for Indiana. That's at a plus 300, but I want to skip over to another talking point before we have to sign off here.
Okay.
And it's a very popular bet, and it's catching there's been an influx of money being put in on the Iowa Hawkeyes, much to the chagrin of Iowa Hawkeye fans, I would say, or maybe it's Hawkeye fans
buying down. Yeah.
Buying down. I don't know. Their win total is set at 7.5. And the over is at a plus 120. People are betting the under.
Wow.
Books are taking on the under, like, do we got to move this line? There's getting to be a lot of money being poured in right now on the under 7.5, and you can see why. Okay, they went 8-4 last year, and similar to the previous 10 years before that. But this year, you can are they going to get all those breaks they got last year? And also their offense was already struggling, and they lost Mark Gronkowski. Like, he's gone.
Yeah, I was going to say, remember last year they had a quarterback that can throw the football.
Yeah.
So are they going to be back to Iowa Hawkeye football? And
if you've seen some, the word I'm reading here on one of these articles coming out of Iowa, an uninspiring quarterback battle. Oh, no. Oh, no.
That can't be good.
Yeah, so I would have to kind of agree with some of the sharps here and the betting trend, and I don't always like going with the public, but I kind of like that under 7.5 for the Hawkeyes win total here. Where are you at with the Hawkeyes?
Well, I'm always going to go under with the Hawkeyes because that's what I want to root for. Also, I'm really hoping, and we talked about it a little bit when we talked about the Huskers, but I'm really hoping we get down to that final week of the regular season.
Yes.
And Huskers need a win. Hawkeyes need a loss for us to be able to hit that Warhorse promo.
That could be the swing game. It really could be. When you're looking at Nebraska's total at 6.5, Iowa's at 7.5. You know both teams are going to take their losses throughout the season if we're being realistic. We're being honest with each other here. That could be the game that decides it all for both Iowa and Nebraska as far as hitting those totals.
Yeah, and we can still have everything we want. We can start 5-0. We can beat Ohio State. We could
make the bowl game.
We can
make another bowl game.
We could do all the things.
Music City Bowl, here we come. We're coming back.
I'll take it.
The Huskers are back. College football is back, my man.
Did you just call it that we're back right now? Did you just call it? Are we back?
I'm like little Bo Pelini over here. We're back. Making the declaration right now.
Little Bo Pelini.
Well, that'll about do it for us this week on Where's the Line. Be sure to check us out over on YouTube and check out those YouTube short videos. And we're cranking those out each and every game day to give you the latest edge possible. Also, give us a follow over on ESPN Tri-City Radio and their Facebook page. And we're all over X, formerly known as Twitter, with those short videos, fun little retweets, all those things. It's still called a tweet, I think, right? Even though it's called X.
I think it's called a post.
Oh, it's a post.
It's a post.
I haven't talked to Elon in so long. But that makes sense that he wants to get away from Twitter, away from tweeting. He's trying to tank that.
He's coming over. He's coming over in a couple weeks, isn't he?
Maybe next week.
Yeah, maybe next week.
We'll get him on the kickoff special for the Huskers. I know he's a big red fan. That is Elon Musk.
Where's that NIL money, Musk?
Right? We could use some. Over here. For Jeremy Odom, a.k.a. the J.O., I'm Andy Classen. Thank you for listening. This has been WTL.